And we're back, part two of Chucky. So we got episode 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I just realized I didn't take a notes episode 8, so I'm gonna have to take a notes episode number 8. So episode number 4, we have more of Chucky's story. And this is where the story, I'm sorry if my intro is not great. This is part 2, okay? So if you want an intro, look at part 1. You're welcome. So we had this really cool moment in Chucky's history. So my biggest, not my biggest problem, but my biggest flaw as a Chucky enjoyer is my apologies, I burp a lot. That's a big flaw. I know the story of Chucky almost by heart, but there's not a lot said about. There's a lot said about him being a teen. Not a lot about being said about anything else. Like, before this series, I didn't even know how him and Tiffany met, which is possibly my mistake. Maybe I've missed some content, but I doubt it. So we have at the sometime at the orphanage. It's kind of cool because this is where he learns to swear. This is where he starts to swear. This is where he has his second kill, which is janitor that disrespect him. But it's also sweet because he was taking care of a lot of kids, and he said, "Oh, I've always been good with kids," which, to a certain degree, doesn't add to the character. It's kind of, how can I say this? It would be uncharacteristic of Chucky to be good with kids because he's a killer. However, we have the kid, Chucky being a father, who is kind of like a big deal in this series. We have Chucky being a father, and second of all, we have Chucky being taking care of Jake. And why is that important is because, well, if you want to take care of Jake who just lost his father, could be a father figure. Chucky could be a father figure. So we're really pushing the idea of caring Chucky. How the doll is Chucky. Okay, Devon found the doll as Chucky. I don't remember how he found that out, but he did find out. Lexi is the ally this time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Listen, I've watched this on Monday, and I didn't take the best of notes because I was making clips. So Ali, like I said, yes, last time we had a party, Chucky burned the house down. They're trying to say, "Yo, this is not normal as a fire." They're trying to say this Ali. And I say Ali because her real name is Alexia. We've been calling her Lexi for a while. It's funny, I have a ex called Lexi, and her real name was Alexia too. Alexa Blunt, hope you're well. It's been a while. Kind of disappear, girl. Yeah, so we have the fire, and the only person which is weird, it is weird but not so weird, who she has a problem with is Jake. Why is it weird? Because Lexi's a bully. How come she's only bullying Jake? Why is it not weird? Because there's 4 fucking characters in the show. So yeah, it's not weird. She blamed for everything they know. Then they learned that the knife, right, that it killed Oliver. Holy shit. The nose I took is not good. It isn't good. So they know that Oliver was killed by a knife, and they know that a lot of people were killed by a knife. So they said, like, dude, Ollie died. He didn't die in the fire. Somebody killed him. And the only person that they were not able to precise that it would have done that would be Jake, but Jake wasn't there, and she knew that he wasn't there. So then he said Chucky was there, and then Dev is very close to Junior. Junior being the best friend. No, Dev being very close to Junior. Junior being the boyfriend of Alex. Kind of insinuate, kind of means that they're close, but not really. So when Jake says it's Chucky, she's like, "Oh, you're crazy." When Dev said it's Chucky, oh, okay, cool. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? So we have, they check everyone. Okay, Jake is prime suspect once again. So Jake is being the prime suspect because they know that he didn't like Alexia, and now his father died. Now Jake, it's something I don't say. In episode number 2, because it doesn't have a lot of purpose in the show, in the grand scheme of things. He killed the maid of the couple. Am I saying that every single maid have no importance? No, but it's Chucky. You're gonna have a couple of kills that don't make a lot of difference in the show. Why did it make any difference was because Jake was also there. So they're thinking that Jake is starting to kill. Prime suspect. They go to the house to find Chucky, and it's weird because Jake goes with Lex and they don't like each other. So they start fighting, and then Lex falls off a thing, and then you see Chucky. And there's this really weird part where Chucky is half burned off, but then you know the Chucky. You know that if he spent too much time in the doll body, then he's gonna transform into the doll. So Chucky is a killer that was able to transfer his soul into a doll, and if he is quick enough, he's able to transfer his soul to another person, right? But then he's gonna destroy his body, and like, why did you do that? They don't really say, but Chucky, half of his body is burned to shit. They find Chucky, and Lexi, she falls off the railway because she was fighting with Jake, and Chucky's like, yo, this is your chance to kill her, and Jake's like, no, I'm not like you. And it's kind of sucky because they spend so much time training Jake to be a killer, and there's not really a reason for him to be like, yo, I'm not gonna kill you. They didn't really push a reason for him to be like, you know what, I'm a good guy now. Get it? Good guy dog. Kind of like a cool pun, if you will, and you will. My phone is flickering like crazy. I don't know why. They go to the house, right? So that's how we have the trio, and the cool thing is about the trio is it's gonna stay till the end. We're episode number 4, so this is halfway through the show. The season has 8 episodes, and we know the trio is gonna be for it. So we have Devin, Jake, and Lexi, and I'm gonna say something very positive here. They don't need to be friends. They don't need to be cool with each other. They know that Chucky's a killer. They know that they have to kill Chucky. They have to stop Chucky. So that's enough of a reason for them to come together when they didn't like each other. For me, it's working. We know that we have to bet to stop Chucky. This is the best episode so far. Episode number 4 is where the story starts to pick up. We got episode number 5 already. We know more and more about the trio becoming friends. So what is kind of cool about episode number 5, I'm gonna be very generous and say the pacing of the show is really good. The pacing of the show, like for example, the show is 45 minutes an episode. It's 8 episodes. If you do the math together, that's about 8 times 15. It's 2 hours. So the show is about 6 hours. So the pacing of the 6 hours is pretty good. We know more about the trio this episode is more about the trio becoming friends. It's kind of cool because Lexi didn't have Lexi. It's weird because Devin and Jake, we know from the beginning they're nice guy. Devin and Jake, from the beginning, they're friends. So we're trying to include Lexi and trying to make her look as good as possible. We have a bar meeting. So we have the Chucky, which is a team we meeting with Tiff, right? It's kind of cool because they're exploring the whole romance and how they became together, right? And we saw how Tiff was crazy and how Chucky was crazier, and we saw that they killed together. We also explored the whole curse and cult. So basically, Chucky has place his body and multiple body his soul. So if you know Harry Potter, Voldemort have Horcrux, which put certain part of his soul in different things, and if you want to kill Voldemort, you have to destroy these other things. With this, Chucky puts his soul in different being. And what is really cool here is you're seeing Chucky read some voodoo book. So there's some really cool in that Chucky. There's some really cool in that they respected the Chucky version. So for example, Chucky knew about voodoo and that's why he was able to transfer his soul. But we never knew why he studied voodoo. And it's not like, oh, he studied voodoo. It's like he's reading a book, Voodoo for Dummy, which is kind of cool. Which is also the book that Tiffany reads to transform into the doll Tiffany. We have Chucky put himself, and that I'm actually kind of pissed about. Not pissed, but annoyed at the very least. So they had Brad Dourif's daughter, Fiona Dourif, playing the role of Fiona. I don't know her real name. I know she's the daughter of Brad Dourif, which is Chucky. And she played Nika. And because she played Nika was the main characters in The Curse and the Cult. So in The Curse, Chucky. So it's a complicated thing. And Curse of Chucky had a crush on Nika's mom. and he went to kill the mom, and she was pregnant with Nika, so he planted the dagger, and that's why Nika, she's in a wheelchair, which is super super important. And then he killed her whole family. They think that Nika did it, so she goes into mental institute where Chucky creates a cult of Chucky. It's not really a cult, so a cult will be follower Chucky. It's more so. I was looking for the 8th episode and I couldn't find it. Holy shit! So yeah, so Nika, she becomes the cult. Then she bring back. Then we realize that Nika is still with them. What I'm annoyed is they didn't take the actress. They didn't keep the actress. However, what I'm really happy about, we're gonna see the next one. We have the. It's kind of cool because we have the characters of Andy Barkley coming back, and the characters of Kyle. If you don't know Kyle, she was in the second. She was in the second book, second movie. Kyle's one of my favorite characters because the second book is my favorite. We're also eating pita bread and cheese. This is my supper. I'm super hungry. Cheese. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Exactly. So, the weird thing is when Chucky is in the body of Nika, he's really in the body of Nika. So, how do you know if it is in the body? Tiffany takes a blade, a knife, and plants it on the leg of Nika. Because you're gonna feel it, we know it's Nika. I don't know how that works, but it's somehow working. We have still cold, cool. Still having effect, okay. Dev and Jake first kiss, which is super cool because it doesn't feel forced. You know, I was talking about how in the very first episode I had a doubt. Jake, I'm gonna be saying something horrible. Jake, you can somehow buy that he's gay, not the actor, but the character. And Dev, it feels a bit forced. It feels a bit like, oh, you know what? We need a romance character for Jake. But then here it is, and it works well. And the first kiss doesn't feel forced, it's just natural. And I actually really enjoy that moment because this is the only romance moment in the entire series. We have the Libby parents, they fight, right? And we learn how can I say that? We learn that the mother, she's a bitch. She's a complete bitch. But the father's actually pretty chill. Because the father's actually pretty chill, you kind of like, okay, well, you know what? I'll take a father that's pretty chill over two shitty parents, right? So we tend to be more in favor of the dad, sorry. David Libby, okay. Libby important. Okay, I don't remember where I said that. We have the new body. And he's on a rampage. I don't remember how Chucky has a new body. But I know it's Nika. So we got more of the Nika tragedy intro. So basically how it is a comeback to. It's a shame. It's fucking crazy. So what they do is Tiffany is insane. Okay. And she falls in love with both Nika and Chucky. But Nika's always running away. She cut the arm of Nika and the legs of Nika, which is insane. We have the intro to Andy Barkley, right? And as like I said, I love that they don't only kept Andy and Kyle, also Kyle. Child Play 2 is my favorite movie. Child Play 2 is... In Child Play 1, we have Andy and his mom. His mom, she doesn't believe him that Chucky is real until she realizes that Chucky is real. Then there's a bunch of killing. They think that it's the mother, so she's sent to a mental institute. And then Andy is placed under an orphanage in a foster family. One of the foster kids there is Kyle. That's what I like about Chucky. See? Andy was placed in foster homes. Chucky placed in foster homes. So it kind of makes sense, you know? Mm. Okay. Um, we reviewed the movie Bride. So basically, the movie Bride, what is important is because we have um Tiffany being able to transform into a doll herself, which is super important because at the ending it matters. Oh, the movie Bride. Okay, I love that there's elements of each and every single movie, but it's also the biggest downfall. Because believe me not, but take the theory of Chucky. Child Play 1, Child Play 2, Child Play 3. Okay. Bride of Chucky, which is what we were talking about. See the Chucky, where we have the children. Curse of Chucky. Chucky Reincarnate, which is the remade of the original Chucky, where that remake is horrible because Charlie Ray doesn't exist. And then we got the Cult of Chucky. Now we have the Show of Chucky. So there's a lot of things, but they were able to introduce elements. For example, we got Andy talking about how he tortured Chucky, which is something we saw, and Cult of Chucky. The kept element from each movie. Chucky goes after the parents, right? And it goes after. It's nice because, for example, right? It goes after the parents. So, for example, with Jake, he killed his dad. Now that Jake officially told him, "I'm not gonna kill for you," he's gonna pick up someone else. Actually, ends up picking Junior, and that part I hated. Junior is a good candidate for Chucky. However, think about Chucky. Junior has no scene, and the thing is, Junior's father was so pushing him to become this athlete. What are you eating? How much you working out? The father was an asshole. The father was the brother of the father of Jake. They were both assholes. Chucky kills the mom. And out of the kill, the mom is the weakest. Because they make it seem like it's like unalive. She's a family, I have cancer. And then next day she jumped from a building. She didn't jump, she got pushed from the building. Then you're like, okay, well, this is the only kill that makes sense that it's not Chucky. Right? And like, for example, right, the way the father dies of Jake. You understand why? The way Junior father died, Junior killed him. The way Ollie got killed. Stab wound, you can tell that somebody killed him. I'm forgetting one. The whatchamacallit, the housekeeper. She didn't fall on the knife, but she got impaled by knife. So all of them could be seen as accident, but not so much. And in this one, they don't really make an effort to like, okay, well, was it really like a suicide or was it something more? You know? It's really cool. It's really cool because Chucky killing the parents could be a way for him to look like a father figure and understand that they're young. Because Chucky always had a preference for kid when it comes to body swap because nobody is gonna picture a kid killing. That's why. Revenge, he actually kills Devin's mom, and the problem with that is Devin's mom was a good cop and she knew about Chucky. So Lex, Devon, and Jake don't care. They're not gonna be able to say, "Oh, Chucky is real." The mom would have been able to. Dev and Jake's they're a couple now, which is good. Now we're done with this. I have episode 7 or 6. Monica tragedy and the captain. Cool. Okay, so get episode 6. I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna come back with another video.